Hey guys, it's Bart.
And Dave.
And we're back.
We're
back.
Here. We did not make a video last Sunday.
Yeah.
Even though 2 Sundays ago, we said we're back on the wagon. We're going to make a video every Sunday, rain or shine, no matter what.
We're like those people who say their New Year's resolution is to eat healthier, and then the next day they're head first into a pint of ice cream.
Yeah, we're bad. We're bad. We fell off the wagon. But we are back on this week.
We're back.
And we actually have a good excuse.
Yeah.
To make a video last week.
We went to Dave's homeland of Canada, to Toronto specifically.
Yeah, frozen hinterland.
It was legitimately the tundra. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was great seeing everyone. I mean, the weather was terrible.
Yeah. So it was very snowy, very cold.
It's like a max of 3 degrees or 4 degrees one day Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's weird because I grew up with Celsius, and so now I still, when people say weather, I'm still in my mind, I'm like, I don't fully understand Celsius, I don't fully understand Fahrenheit. I think because I know now both, I actually know neither. You know what I mean?
This sounds like a different topic we might need to take to someone else.
It makes me stupid. But it was freezing cold. But the point was, we had a long weekend and wanted to see family and spend time with family that we haven't seen in a while. And it was, even though we were kind of walking around, it was really nice to see everybody and ship little Sloane around. Center of attention, Bella the ball.
The one thing I will say is we got to Toronto, and it was very cold in New York as well. We landed, and because it was so cold, they weren't able to actually, it's not so cold because there was so much snow, they weren't able to make space for essentially the jetway. So you had to deplane in the middle of the runway and walk to the gate.
Yeah, that's how we do it in Canada. We're made of hardy stock.
So that was something.
Strap the canoes over your shoulders and trudge through the snowbanks. That's how we do it.
Wow.
Portaging. That's what we called it back in the days. Shoot camp days, so portaging. But anyways. And I actually, I forgot to pack hiking boots. I didn't have proper shoes. I had my mesh sneakers. And so
mesh sneakers, guys. Like legitimately, Dave was dressed up for Miami, and we were in Toronto.
My poor toes. My poor Piggly Wigglies.
What were you thinking?
Freezing the whole
What
weekend.
were you thinking?
But, shifting gears a little bit to the main topic of this video, so we saw my aunt and uncle, who are just like the best humans on the face of the planet, just these sort of magical people. Where, no, seriously, I mean, when I was growing up, okay, a little bit of a segue, but for my birthday, instead of giving us a present, they would always take us out for this like day of experiences. And it wasn't fancy, like they take us to the zoo or they take us to a museum, and they would just like really talk to us and really listen. And then at the end of that day, they take you to a bookstore and they buy you a book, and it's like maybe $10 or so. And the day was up, but it was so special that they would spend these days with us.
Yeah.
Versus my grandparents who they would like send a check in the mail or something.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
You had a very interesting relationship with your grandparents.
But anyways, they're like lovely, lovely people, and they haven't actually really properly spent time with Sloane. Like they met her for, I don't know, a couple minutes at her cousin's birthday party, but we never spent time with them one-on-one. And so for them, it was really important to really get to know her, like the way that they got to know me on those birthday days, like spend time with her. And so anyways.
Yeah, so we wanted to meet with them, and we're gonna meet them on Monday. And what was really interesting is of course we wanted to go out to eat because it was around brunch time, but they wanted to have alone time with Sloane. Instead of just being in a public place, they wanted to interact with her in a quieter place where it could be more kind of, quiet. They could actually see what Sloane likes playing with and not, and how she interacts. So we had them come over our hotel room, and what was really amazing is they came very prepared.
Yeah. So Sloane, just to set the context, I mean, Sloane is kind of in this phase right now where there's like a little bit of stranger danger.
A lot of stranger danger.
Where I would say like maybe 20% of people, they meet her and right away she wants to be held by them. But 80% now, she's like very reserved. She's a little like nervous. And so anyways, it's like bit of a crapshoot. Like if, she's going to be, welcoming or not, or she's going to be really standoffish. And they just, as Bart was describing, they want to meet her in her natural habitat,
which is a hotel apparently.
No, but versus like meeting her out in a restaurant,
yeah,
surrounded by people, and there's no proper way of breaking the ice, really. And what they did was they didn't actually try to hold her right away. So a lot of people when they see toddlers, they're just like, they want to hold them and pick them up, and they actually, they said hello, and they kind of just, kept their distance a little bit, and then what they did was they asked if we could put Sloane down on the bed, and then they just, sitting upright, and they just sort of sat like near her, but not on top of her, and they gave her this bag of toys. This one actually, it's a beautiful little bag, and it was full of just random things. So there was a maraca in there, and just all these like little animals, elephant, giraffe. And Sloane was just playing with these because, I think a lot of toddlers are like this. Like,
It's not a baby anymore, it's a toddler.
her favorite thing is taking things out of bags and putting them back into bags.
Loves it.
And yeah, she was just like totally into it. And only after she started playing did they start interacting with her and asking her what type of animal she liked and what her food was. And so they kind of like really took their time for her to assimilate into them. Is that the right way of using that word?
Well, you assimilate into a society,
Into
right?
the-
Or
into-
into a family. Do you assimilate into a person? I feel
I don't
like
think so.
I don't know. I don't feel like that's right. I just
Yeah.
don't think that's right.
Yeah.
But I know what you're trying to say.
I like how you're shaking the maraca for added effect.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
But yeah, so just like I just thought that, it was just expert level, like engendering yourself to toddlers, just sort of seeing how they interacted with her, giving her a space, giving her some things to play with, and only when she started playing did they start asking her questions. And
Of course, it's your aunt and uncle who's all about experiential kind of
Birthdays.
birthdays and just like living through experience and shared connections with people. Of course, they're the ones who are going to be able to crack the code of getting to know Sloane and really having an incredible 2 hours with her.
yeah, and now they send us emails, like all caps, lots of exclamation marks, like Sloane is amazing, she's so cute, we loved her. So mission accomplished, and
Yeah.
hopefully that will help you if you have you have your own toddler who's maybe being standoffish, as Sloane was with me, and she's getting a little bit better, or you have friends who have babies and you want them to like you. Bring a bag of toys, take it slow.
Don't smother them.
Yeah, and try to do it in like a quiet place so that they can get into the mood. All right, anything else?
The other thing I'll say is that we are committed to being back here next week.
Yes.
We have no tundra trips coming up, so we will be here next weekend. And we're very excited for 2019, getting back on that wagon that is not giving up.
Yeah, roll the dice. It's either going to be something totally substantive and groundbreaking, or it's going to be absolutely inane.
But I feel like the inane ones are more fun.
It's true. Well, have a great week. If you like this video, push one of those buttons below the screen.
Don't report.
Don't report us. And just share with a friend who might find these useful. And have a great week. Bye.
Adios.